Monday before Christmas. Getting ready to go into work here soon. It's kind of a weird one this year. Normally, I'd already be off work right now. I wouldn't be going back until after New Year's. You know, just kind of reflecting on things and this holiday, and it's just honestly, I've been going around and being out and about, and it's honestly, yeah, I know what time of year it is, and even then, it still doesn't feel like it's, you know, the holidays right now, honestly. I've noticed it's like it's not as decorated in the area anymore. It's like as much people don't just decorate outside their house anymore. Um, yeah, it's just been a kind of just a Christmas time for me. So just I don't know. I think the more I'm trying to, I'm more focused on just day-to-day living than I am anything. And it's kind of sad because, this used to be such a fun time, like just spending time with people, getting together on the holidays. And I think the older I get, the less that's happened now with spending time with extended family and everything like that. It's like my grandparents are not here anymore with us, and it's like that was always just the fun part. I was just gonna go to, you spend the day with your grandparents. Like I'd spend Christmas Eve with one set of grandparents, Christmas Day with another set of grandparents, and you don't have that anymore when they're gone. And it's kind of one of those. It really kind of it sucks, and I miss it every day. So I mean, it's this life. Things move on and people move on. Family members pass and all that. My kids, I have my kids, and they and my wife, and we make the best of it. And we just kind of hunker in now for Christmas and kind of just chill and relax. I don't get to do a lot with my brothers and my dad and my mom as much, and it's not because of anything stupid or anything like that. It's just honestly, I think it's just we all live far enough from each other, and there's so many of us, and it's just we don't have a big space to go to anymore. So we just kind of we get together when we can. So it's that. I kind of look forward to at least having a couple days off from work and to spend time with my family. Just getting to be around with my kids and my wife. And it's like it's hard. Unfortunately, I had an uncle who took his own life a few years ago. This is my dad's brother, and it was right before Christmas, and it's kind of he was maybe like a year and a half older than my dad, and I don't know. It's hard. It is. It's hard to deal with things like that. It's like, and that was such a hard time that Christmas too. I know I sound so cheery this morning. I know, but I don't know. I mean, I if I can get out of my own headspace, there's things I want to do, gaming wise, even if it's just for myself. It's not really for this channel. I may put it on the channel. I don't know. I know I had a couple solo things on my channel here that I'd like to get back to, or at least change it or start anew. That's all I like to do. Kind of debating if I'm bringing in like somebody else on the channel every now and then. I know we've talked about, excuse me, with Tristan from Heroes and Homebrews. You know, because I've been on his a few times, and I think we've gotten to know each other pretty well over the last couple years. And we do game. I think we've gamed a lot together. And probably bring in Paul too. I think he'd be a good addition. He's from our group that we've been playing with. He's been playing with him for a couple years too. I'd like to do that. You know, just rambling on and talking to myself. You know, it's nice to be able to bounce things off of other people, stuff like that. I think that would probably make this channel more productive if I did. Just yeah, it's like it's one of those. It's just a hard thing, you know. Always have something to talk about by yourself. Especially with me, because honestly, I'm so full of worried about 20 million other things in life. Honestly, when the things I like to do start feeling like homework, I don't want to do it. You know, it's like I just don't have the energy to put into a lot of things because I'm so focused on just my day-to-day stuff. So my hobbies I like to keep just for fun. I know there's a lot of like people who are always like, you know, there's always more than D&D. But I like D&D. I mean, I'm not too thrilled about, you know, some of the changes on the new one. I don't hate 2014 5e, you know, because I think it's fine at its core. I think when you start, I think all the extra stuff was just kind of unwarranted. Never got to play 4e though. I know 4e is kind of a beast unto itself. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't mind having like at least the core books for that. I never have had those. I've had opportunities to buy them, and I never did. But I kind of wish I had bought some of the stuff I've seen on like used books in some of the game shops. Usually, you know, for fairly decent price. I could have gotten first edition like core books, you know. So you know, it's like for fairly decent price, and I wish I did. And I kind of feel like I messed up. Oh, I'm not a big fan of the organization. That is my biggest thing. I think if a book is not organized, and I cannot sit there and just if it seems crazy or it looks boring, I won't read it. I'm more apt to having second edition than I am first edition. I would almost take second edition AD&D and just have that, and then scour from the GM's guide from first edition and use that. And if I were to run AD&D, but right now I was like, I have Castles and Crusades, which is, I know it's not ultimately the same beast, but it's still gives it that feel, like it's still kind of like that AD&D feel. So yeah, it is what it is. I don't know. I've just barely dipped my pinky toe into BX, and I would probably play BX more if, you know, given the opportunity. Which, you know, like I said, I bought the OSE Advanced. I know it's at its core, it's BX and with just other options. So I know some people try to say, well, it's kind of like AD&D. I'm like, well, yeah, it's kind of, but it's really just like I said, at its core, it's BX. Rule Cyclopedia is still on my list of things I'd like to have. So yeah, I'll probably just end up. I know eventually I'll get a POD for that off a drive-through. I think that it would be my next book purchase. Honestly, it's kind of debating. I was like, I'm not huge into Call of Cthulhu itself. I don't mind playing it, and I probably will never own the books. I don't mind doing those as one-shots. You know, that's just kind of, or like maybe I'm just playing in somebody's campaign and you know, I make a character. I don't think I'll ever own the books as per se. I know. I think what other ones I would do. I love it when you see somebody kind of pop in and pop out. It's like somebody's watching. Nope, somebody's not watching. So, yeah. I have like Palladium Fantasy PDFs. I used to have the books, but I was like, I ended up selling the books because I wasn't using them. And I kind of, I think I would probably play it and understand it more if it was better laid out. I think that was always my thing. I was like, but until then, I'm kind of steering away from that one. But I'm trying to think what else. Oh, I know there's been a teaser from Bloat Games about Vigilante City for like a 5e version, which I actually consider that. I would consider that a lot. I know James Spawn has been talking about, and he just posted up on Facebook about the white box, like a cyclopedia, which I would definitely get that one because I really like white box, and I like anything that's related, you know, that's in white box, just as much as I like basic fantasy. So I could take basic fantasy and I could just run that forever. You know, that's probably my one I could do the most, but I don't know. But I can't stay on too much longer. I got to make sure I get in on time, and so I'm not late and I get my holiday pay. But sorry to go all dark at the beginning of this one. It's just, I know the holidays is a hard time for a lot of people, and it's, you know, I think it's easy to talk about the things you like, just to kind of break up that. And I like D&D. I'm not burnt out on a D&D. I haven't been religiously playing over the last almost 30 years. I wish I had, but gaming groups have been slim, and I really think it was like gaming groups and online play have really, like, since 5th edition came out, that really have helped like more people play, and it's what brought me back, because I came back in 2016. They're kind of on a hiatus after getting married and, you know, starting to have children, and it was nice coming back and playing and doing some of that stuff, because it, you know, it was like what I like to do. I know I was playing on and off a lot with, like, when we were playing Vampire back in kind of the late 2000, like from like 2005 to probably 2000, almost 2008. Played a lot then, and that was fun. I'm kind of miss it, just getting together. It was always a nice, interesting Saturday night, you know, and we'd go to a shop, and it was after hours, so we could play. Why the owner was basically doing paperwork or whatever, just farting around. She let us come in and play. We just kind of chip in a little bit to pay for the electric bill since we were there. It was fun. I miss it. I know we used a lot of there's a lot enough that we could, in our local area, that we could use to kind of put it in our vampire game. It was kind of since this area where I live at used to be part of, like, it was French territory at the time, during the colonial periods before French and Indian Wars, all that stuff. So we could draw a little bit from, like, kind of like past stuff in our area. So it was kind of cool. I don't know, but I think I've been on here for 16 minutes now. Start getting off here, and if anybody comes by, has comments, says hi, Merry Christmas, if I don't get on again before then. So like I said, Merry Christmas. I hope everybody has a good New Year too. Hopefully we have the best time in gaming in 2025. So there's that. All right, I'll talk to you later. Bye.